percent of 80 is 12? So if you look at the question carefully, you can see what percent. It means we need to find out the percent of something. Now we know that to find out the percentage, we have to multiply some whatever that thing is by 100%. To convert anything into a percent, we have to multiply by 100%. Now what has to be multiplied? Here there are two numbers given. Okay, it doesn't mean we'll multiply both of them by 100. Now, if you look at this carefully, if you read it many times, you'll come to know what it is. What percent, now forget this percent, for that we finished writing over here, multiplied by 100 because we know that we have to find out the percentage. Of 80 is 12. So we want to find out how much percent is 12 of 80. 80 का 12 कितना percent होता है? So if we want to write this, we have to write 12 upon 80. So 12 is how much percent of 80? That is the meaning of this sentence. So for this I have made one more way in which you can remember it easily. Whatever number comes after is will be written as a numerator, and whatever number comes after of will be written as the denominator. So is 12. So after is 12, so that becomes the numerator, and after of is 80, so of after of becomes the denominator, because in the other type of questions is may be given here and of will be given here. Is this of that? Like that also the question can be asked. So you have to remember this, that the number after is will be the numerator, the number after of will be the denominator. Okay. Now when we are finding out a percentage of any number, we saw in the previous question also that both of these should have the same unit. But here there is no unit at all, so we don't have to worry. We just solve this particular question and we'll get an answer in percentage. So first of all, both are divisible by 10. Then 2 divides both of these, or I can divide it by 4 also. 4 divides 2 times, 4 divides 3 times, 2 divides 2 once, and this 5 times. Now there is no denominator left, there's only one. It means we have finished reducing as much as possible. Whatever is left, you multiply. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. So 15%. Now sometimes these numbers that are given over here, they may be having different units. Okay, then how do you go about? So say for example, what percent of 42 is 29.4? So say for example, the question is this: what percent of 42 is 29.4? Now I have to find out the percentage, so I know I have to multiply something by 100%. Now what is given here? Of 42 is 29.4. Now a little while ago I told you that whatever comes after is needs to be written as a numerator. So I know that 29.4 will be my numerator and 42 will be the denominator. Now in case I want to remove this point, what am I supposed to do? We have done many of this type. This point needs to be shifted to the right, extreme right, and then it will disappear. And in order to do that, I need to multiply this number by 10. So after the point, if there is one digit, I multiply by 10. After the point, if there are 2 digits, then I would multiply by 100. But here there is one digit, so I multiply by 10. Okay, and the point will go to the extreme right. But if I am doing this with the numerator, I need to do the same thing with the denominator. So in my next step, I write 294, assuming that I have already multiplied it by 10. Okay, and then I write 42. Now this I multiplied by 10, so I got this number. So I need to multiply this also by 10. So instead of multiplying it by 10, I am simply writing a 10 as a denominator. So you can do that, or you can multiply 42 by 10, it becomes 420. But usually I don't like to make the numbers too big, because then reducing and all becomes a little difficult. So I let the 10 be put here separately. Now I can reduce. Now both of these are divisible by 2. 2 divides 21 times, 2 divides 5 times. Now 21 seems to be divisible by this. Let me check how many times. 21 ones are 21, 84, 21 fours are 84. So 21 divides 21 once, and this 14 times. Okay. Now there is no denominator left. Therefore, you multiply the numerators. 42 multiplied by 5. 5 twos are 10, carry 1. 5 fours are 20, and 1, 21. So 210%. So 29.4 is 410%. There is a mistake in the multiplication. Okay. It cannot be 210%. If it has to be 210%, it should be more than double of this. Okay. That is why I came to know there is a mistake. Okay. How did I multiply? I don't know. Anyway, the mistake is 5 fours are 20, carry 2, 5 ones are 5, 6, 7. So it will be 70%. Okay. So if this number is 210% of this, then it needs to be more than this. It needs to be at least double of this. In fact, more than double. So I realized that there is a mistake in my answer. Anyway, so that is one way of doing this. So again, we have to find out the percentage. Okay. And the number after is will be written up, and the number after of will be written below. So this is how you will write 27 paise of rupees 1.80, and because we have to find out the percentage, we know that we have to multiply by 100%. Now, if we look at this fraction, we can see that the unit of both these numbers is different. So that is not allowed. You need to convert both of them to the same unit. So it is always better to convert the bigger to the smaller unit. Now the smaller unit of rupees and paise is paise, we know. So we let this remain as it is. We will convert the 1 rupee and 80 paise to paise. So we know that rupee 1 is 100 paise. So in this there is 1 rupee and 80 paise. So 1 rupee is 100 paise, and 80 paise we will add to this. Okay, so it will become 180 paise. And if you cannot do this way, you can do another method to convert from rupees to paise. We have to multiply this number by 100. Okay, so how do you multiply by 100? Any decimal number, if you are multiplying by 10, 100, 1000 and all, the point shifts those many places to the right as many zeros are there. So here there are 2 zeros, so the point will shift 2 places to the right. So it has gone to the extreme right, meaning it has disappeared. Meaning 180 is a whole number. There also we are getting 180. And if you don't know the shifting the point method, then you do the regular multiplication method. Okay, and what is that? Don't look at the point. 180 multiplied by 100. So it will be 180 and 2 zeros. 2 zeros of the 100. 180 into 1 is 180, and these 2 zeros. Now, after the point, we have 1, 2, 2 digits. So we have to count from the right. 1, 2, and point. So after the point, we want 2 digits. So after the point, you see there are only zeros, so there is no need of putting them. And you again got 180. So whether you do this method, this method, finally your answer will be 180 paise. The same. So this fraction will now be written as 27 paise upon 180 paise multiplied by 100%. Okay. Now both the units are the same, so I can go ahead with my reducing. both are divisible by 10. 2 divides this 9 times, 2 divides this 5 times, then 9 divides both of these, this once and this thrice, so 15%. So 27 paise is 15% of 1 rupee 80 paise. That is how this will be done. So if we have to find out the percentage, we know we have to multiply by 100. Okay. And whatever comes after is written as the numerator. Now after is we have 2 minutes 24 seconds. It is not simply one number. It is consisting of two different numbers with two different units. No problem. First you just write it whatever is given. Then off. After off whatever is there you write it as the denominator. To convert into percentage 100%. So always remember to do one step at a time. So you have just written the fraction multiplied by 100. Now look at this. Of all these three units, the smallest is seconds. So you change all of this to seconds. Okay. And how will you do? First of all, 1 hour. 1 hour you know is 60 minutes. We are not interested in minutes. We want seconds. How many seconds are there in an hour? And we also know that 1 minute is, if I had to convert hour to minutes, what would I do? I would simply multiply 1 by 60 because in 1 hour there are 60 minutes. But I want to know in 1 hour how many seconds are there. So I know that in 1 hour there are 60 minutes and in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So I want to find out how many seconds are there in 60 minutes. Means in 1 hour. So instead of writing 1 hour is how many seconds, I am writing 60 minutes is how many seconds, because 60 minutes and 1 hour is one and the same. So in 1 minute if there are 60 seconds, 60 minutes will be 60 multiplied by 60, that is 3600 seconds. So here in the place of 1 hour, I will be writing 3600 seconds. Now we go to the numerator. And the numerator, this is already in seconds, so we don't have to worry. But the minutes have to be changed into seconds. We know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 2 minutes will be 2 multiplied by 60, 120 seconds. So 2 minutes is 120 seconds and this is already given in seconds. So you simply add it. You will get 144 seconds. So your numerator, you will not write it as two separate units. Your numerator will be in seconds fully. So 2 minutes 24 seconds is 144 seconds. So only a little bit of conversion is required over here. Okay, that also you have learned it in the lower classes. So instead of this, I'll write 144 seconds. And instead of 1 hour, I'll write 3600 seconds and then multiplied by 100% because we have to change it into a percentage. Now what do? Reduce. Both of these are divisible by 100. Okay, now 36 and 144 are both divisible by 4. The test for 4 is you have to check the last two digits. 36, of course, we know here the last two digits are 44 and 44 is divisible by 4. Now 4 divides 36 9 times and this we don't know how many times. You can do the long division. 4 3s are 12. 4 6s are 24. So 36 times. Now 9 1s are 9 4s are. Okay, so nothing else is left, only 4 is left, so 4%. So 2 minutes 24 seconds is 4% of 1 hour.